A solar system on edge, and humanity about to take its first step into the dark. Abaddon's Gate pushes the Expanse from gritty space politics into the vast unknown. And it might just be the boldest book in the series yet. The 539-page Abaddon's Gate is the third entry in the Expanse universe. Published in 2013, it followed swiftly after Caliban's War and Leviathan Wakes, and was soon succeeded by Cibola Burn in 2014. 5 additional novels and a collection of short stories would later expand the series even further. This steady pace highlights how prolific James S. A. Corey, the joint pen name of Ty Frank and Daniel Abraham, was during this particular period. The fact that The Expanse was co-authored may help explain the rapid release schedule, particularly in the early years. However, such collaboration also requires remarkable coordination, mutual trust and a shared creative vision, something that is not always easily achieved. Considering that this partnership produced 7 lengthy novels in as many years, it is an impressive literary accomplishment in itself. As one might expect, Abaddon's Gate picks up after the events of Caliban's War. While it continues to operate within the domain of hard science fiction, it takes a further step away from strict scientific plausibility driven by the extraordinary developments set in motion at the end of the previous novel. The scope of the setting remains, well, expansive, pun intended, encompassing Earth, the moons of Jupiter, and the far reaches of the solar system. In terms of innovation, the book earns a moderate rating. The world remains rich and compelling, though readers should not anticipate the groundbreaking conceptual leaps found in works such as Ian M. Banks' Culture series or Alistair Reynolds' Revelation Space. Yet rather than diminishing the work, this continuation builds confidently upon the foundation that Leviathan Wakes established and Caliban's War refined. The novel Abaddon's Gate introduces several new characters alongside returning favorites, once again following mainly the crew of the Rocinante. The new additions are important to the story and interesting in their own right, though they do not leave quite as lasting an impression as Bobby Draper or Christian Avasarala did in Caliban's War. Still, some characters, such as Melba Coe, stand out for their internal conflict and evolving role in the wider narrative of the entire series. In terms of critical reception, Abaddon's Gate received nominations for the Goodreads Choice Award for Science Fiction in 2013, the Rusa Coates Reading List for Science Fiction in 2014, and ultimately won the Locus Award for Best Science Fiction Novel in 2014. It maintains a highly respectable average rating of 4.3 out of 5 stars across major review platforms. Unsurprisingly, Abaddon's Gate also formed the backbone of the 3rd season of The Expanse television adaptation, which aired in the year 2018. The season's final episode even bears the novel's title. This marked the last adaptation produced before the show transitioned from Sci-Fi to Amazon Prime. The following section contains spoilers for Leviathan Wakes, Caliban's War, and minor spoilers for Abaddon's Gate itself. Skip ahead if you prefer to avoid them. For generations, the solar system, Mars, the Moon, and the asteroid belt was humanity's great frontier. Until now. The alien protomolecule, working through its mysterious program beneath the clouds of Venus, has constructed a massive structure beyond the orbit of Uranus. A gate leading into a starless void. James Holden and the crew of the Rocinante join a vast flotilla of military and scientific vessels, dispatched from across the solar system to investigate the mysterious object. Behind the scenes, however, a dangerous conspiracy unfolds, placing James Holden at the center of a plot that threatens his life and forces him to confront his past. As the representatives of humanity attempt to determine whether the gate offers salvation or annihilation, the greatest danger may lie in humanity's ignorance of what awaits them beyond. Each novel in The Expanse carries its own distinct tone and thematic focus. While the shift between books is not as dramatic as, for instance, in Ian M. Banks' Culture series, every installment still offers something fresh, whether in atmosphere, structure, or character perspective. Leviathan Wakes leaned into noir-style investigation, Caliban's War explored political intrigue and military tension, and Abaddon's Gate takes on the character of a long, perilous voyage into the unknown. It channels the feeling of a cosmic gold rush, where ambition and desperation collide and the question who reaches the destination first becomes paramount. The novel blends mystery, adventure, and high-stakes action, while the body horror and alien monstrosities associated with the protomolecule move slightly into the background. Nonetheless, the sense of cosmic dread, of ancient unknowable forces lurking in the darkness, remains palpable throughout. As noted before, Abaddon's Gate introduces several new characters who serve the story well, even if their impact is not as lasting as those from earlier books. Melba Coe, in particular, stands out as a fascinating addition, driven by obsession and guilt, and her arc throughout the entire series reflects themes of redemption, vengeance, and the search for identity. The interplay between her narrative and Holden's gives the book a moral dimension that extends beyond its physical journey through space as well. Abaddon's Gate also marks a tonal transition in the series, as alluded to previously. The focus shifts from political and military maneuvering to questions of exploration, discovery, and humanity's place in a larger cosmic order. Themes of faith, ambition, and self-determination come to the forefront as humanity is forced to confront the reality that it is not alone in the universe. This shift feels less like a departure and more like a natural evolution of the Expanse's narrative arc. In addition, the novel maintains the high level of tension and action characteristic of the series. Shipboard combat, sabotage, and survival against overwhelming odds are woven seamlessly with moments of introspection and mystery. As the story progresses, both readers and characters come closer also to understand the true nature of the protomolecule and its far-reaching implications. Overall, Abaddon's Gate is a well-crafted and thematically rich third entry in The Expanse. It succeeds by combining the thrill of exploration with existential uncertainty, balancing large-scale spectacle with personal stakes. While it may not feature the standout new characters of Caliban's War, it offers memorable plot points, a refreshing change in tone, and a compelling deepening of the series' mythology. Therefore, for readers who enjoyed Leviathan Wakes and Caliban's War, Abaddon's Gate is an essential and highly recommended continuation of the journey. If you liked this video, you may also enjoy the other reviews and content on my channel. Feel free to leave a comment if you want to discuss the novels or if you want to suggest other books that I should review in the future. Please consider upvoting and subscribing, it is much appreciated. Thank you for watching and until next time.